Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. In the last 5 hours, we got a flood of bearish posts, post after post after post, and guys, they're all bearish. If this isn't the bottom, I will be very surprised. And so that was coming from Nick Crypto Crusader on Twitter, and it has gotten the price of Bitcoin down. This is Bitcoin on the weekly. Just going to throw it on the hourly to show you guys what we have seen recently. So more bearish news in the crypto space. Is this the end? Are we going to see an uptick ever, or is this it? I mean, I get it. The sentiment is down. Everybody's wondering, is my crypto ever going to moon? I've been watching these YouTube videos for many months, and they're all saying that the market is going to go higher, but I'm not seeing any higher price action, and it's been a couple of months now. This is Bitcoin on the daily. We're going to talk a little bit about this move, talk a little bit about where the entire crypto market is today and why we could be possibly seeing these moves to the downside, and how this could flip, guys, when this could turn around, if this is going to turn around, which I am very optimistic that it will. So right now, we got to remember Bitcoin is still in this accumulation phase. We did reach this all-time high. We have seen Bitcoin reaccumulate after all-time highs in the past. We did go down, we did move up, and now we're moving back down. So this is basically just an elongated accumulation phase. In the past, what we've seen is, Bitcoin reach that all-time high, dip into reaccumulation, like we saw back in 2020, right around here when Bitcoin did finally top out at $19,775, near its all-time high from the last bull cycle. It did dip down, and then it finally shot to the upside. So what we tend to see in here is a reaccumulation phase, and although the phases have been shorter in the past, they've always occurred once Bitcoin retraced to its all-time high. So we saw it in 2020, and we saw it in when was the last time we saw that? 2017, was it? Right around here, yeah, early 2017. So it happened in 2017, happened in 2020, before that euphoria phase. So guys, this is just the calm before the storm. And then don't forget, after this, the euphoria phase, well, in 2017, it took the bulk of the year for Bitcoin to top, so 283 days. And then from here, what do we see here? If we were to count that second top there, about 344 days for that euphoria phase, although in 2021, we did see a dip down and then another move back up. So that was a little bit different there, but it gives you guys an idea of how much time there is left in this cycle. And I get it, it doesn't feel great, especially when we're seeing altcoins bleed out, Bitcoin bleeding out as the leader. So of course, on the daily, it doesn't look so great. Positive thing though, is that we are not under 56,000. So guys, remember, if we go below 56,500, at that point, we should be reevaluating things, but we are still far from that level. If Bitcoin base is in here, which hoping it will, even if it doesn't, and if it goes down here and forms support down on the $56,000 level, that is normal. That is par for the course. At that point, what I would expect is for Bitcoin to maybe dip down under and then shoot right back up. If it does form support in and around here, I would expect maybe a longer base to form before it moves upward. But these are all indicators, little tips, and possibilities for Bitcoin's next move during this bull run. Guys, for more information, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for a more detailed approach. I think I'm going to be reposting those top 5 altcoins at the top of the feed there. For those of you guys interested in what I think have the highest potential to fly once we do get out of this phase and once we do get into the euphoria phase. So patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you guys are interested. I'm getting really excited because during the euphoria phase, I think I have a feeling that there's going to be more information to talk about. Of course, we will be getting closer to those all-time highs. Exit targets and strategies will definitely be number one. But in the meantime, guys, it's all about preparing and maximizing your portfolio. So patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested. Right now, Bitcoin, though, still kind of hovering in and around 61,000. So I guess at this point, we have to see what it does here at this level of support. If we look at it on the hourly, as I just showed you guys, we're kind of calming down right now. If we look at Bitcoin on the weekly, because we did just close a week, it's not looking, too bearish. Last couple of weeks have been more bearish for Bitcoin. And by the looks of it, it's at one of these inflection points before we start seeing that reversal. But retail is very scared. Right now, we are in neutral territory. Fear and greed index coming in at 49. So that is officially neutral sentiment. The market cap has gone down a little bit by 4.23%. So that's down to $2.25 trillion. 24-hour volume is up because we have recently seen a sell-off. That's up to 82.32%. And Bitcoin dominance still holding on. So we're seeing Bitcoin and altcoins shedding their value kind of at roughly the same rate. We've got Bitcoin that is down 5% in the last 24 hours. Same with Ethereum, down 5%. BNB coin is down 3.31. Solana is down 5.52. XRP only down 1.91%, so that's positive for XRP holders. But basically a sea of red today. We haven't seen too many coins in the green. Well, Leo coin's up 3.01%. But other than that, not too much really within the last 24 hours that is in the green. All this despite all the positive news that we've gotten in crypto. So this is the other thing, right? Look at the fundamentals, guys. A 3IQ to launch the Solana ETP in Canada. That just came out yesterday. Bitflyer targets FTX Japan for acquisition. Enumerify surpasses 100 million bug bounty payout. Germany started selling its billions of seized Bitcoin, so that is actually not great news, but this is just a synopsis of what is going on in crypto in general. Consensus asks the IRS to delay new crypto reporting rules. Australia's largest stock exchange lists its first spot Bitcoin ETF. Trump scores Bitcoin donations worth $2 million from the Winklevoss twins. Standard Chartered to launch spot trading desk for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Binance ordered to pay $2.25 million fine by India's financial watchdog. Layer Zero asks eligible users to pay 10 cents per ZRO to claim airdrop. Cumberland acquires NY Bit license. Hashkey targets Q3 to list platform tokens. US SEC closes investigation on Ethereum 2.0. So that was big news this past week. Drip House targets July for mobile app release. Drift partners with Ondo to launch RWA margin. Martin Shkreli claimed he co-created the DJT token. Transact adds fiat to crypto on-ramp for PayPal USD. Hashdex proposes a new Ethereum and Bitcoin combo ETF. Layer Zero opens an eligibility checker for upcoming airdrops. Arkham offers 150,000 bounty to find the DJT token creator. Wasn't that Martin Shkreli? Australian Securities Exchange to get first Bitcoin ETF from VanEck. Bitwise says Pantera is interested in buying about $1 million worth of Ethereum ETFs. Gemini, NYAG reached a $50 million settlement. Nigeria drops tax charges against Bitcoin executives. Taiwan starts a crypto advocacy body with 24 entities. Paul Ryan calls on the US to fight China with stablecoins. MicroStrategy increases convertible notes offerings to $700 million. And Deutsche Telekom will mine Bitcoin in addition to running nodes. Guys, the reason I'm listing all these things is, to take them in, and if you just were to listen to that list, how much of that to you sounds positive, how much of that to you sounds negative, just taking, not thinking too much about it. But, if you think about SEC dropping the Ethereum case, for example, that's positive. On the surface, that is positive news. There are some negative ones here, but by and large, the overall picture is positive for crypto. So, when we're seeing the market move in this way, it doesn't really make sense, although there are some reasons why this likely is occurring. I wanted to thank ISO 20022 for pointing that out. Let's get into some of this. So in Monday's newsletter, I talked about how Bitcoin's previous weekly close was positioning price for downside continuation. That is in the orange circle. This coming from Rect Capital here. Bitcoin is now repeating mid-April recent history. So we are seeing that same kind of downtrend, the same thing that we saw in mid-April. We will likely rebound. We will likely find support somewhere in here before moving up. As I had mentioned before, just throwing this back on the daily chart here. And the reason I'm talking about this, guys, is because Bitcoin, of course, is the leader of the pack, and it is going to move the rest of crypto along with it, including XRP, including all the rest of the altcoins. So one possibility, we base in and around here, the $61,000 mark, and just kind of form support, probably taking a little longer, or we blow past this, we find these lows at $56,000, we even wick down past, but then we V-bottom out of it, and then start the euphoria phase. Those are the two possibilities that I foresee. But basically what Rect Capital is saying here is it's just forming this same structure here that we saw in mid-April. Another thing that he wanted to mention here, whenever Bitcoin forms a cluster of price action in the red near the range high, Bitcoin retraces to then form a cluster of price action in green near the range low. So what he's observed here, Bitcoin ranging near the top, then forming that cluster in the low, the reversal pattern. moving back up to the top, forming that double top pattern. And so what are we going to see now? Well, if history does repeat itself, we will see something similar to what we saw back in April and May. That reversal pattern, hopefully either forming that base, coming out, or getting very, very dangerously close to this bottom level here, and my hope V-bottoming out of that to start forming some new all-time highs. So wanted to thank Rect Capital for pointing that out. Nick, Crypto Crusader, also mentioning this: the largest alt season in crypto history is brewing behind the scenes, while the retail sentiment is the worst I have seen in a while. And I mean, that is calculatable. We can see it here on the Fear and Greed Index. I mean, I haven't seen the 40s, I don't think, for a while. Take a look at this quick comparison of the 2018 dead cat bounce versus the 2022 dead cat bounce, and where the current PA is on the total 3. We started ranging in the month of November into the beginning of December for altcoins just before the massive move to the upside started. If you were here during this market in 2020, then you knew how bad altcoin sentiment was during that time and how the majority of the retail sector thought altcoin season was dead. We have been ranging longer, which is getting people probably even more agitated, which is expected with a much higher market valuation. So that is the positive thing, guys. Remember back, when we were talking about this market cap was not nearly as high as it is today. So there's a lot more money in crypto currently. That's a positive sign. So we've been ranging longer, which is expected with a much higher market valuation. This next move will take us past the previous all-time high on the altcoin market, and Bitcoin will be at about $100,000 plus, most likely. For those getting bearish, zoom out and take a look at where we are on the cycle. And the most important thing that he says here is that the fun is just about to begin. So getting ready for the banana zone, that's the other thing too, right? We have been through these cycles before, some of us, and the best still is yet to come. This is just the retracing phase. I know it does look bearish when you compare it to previous phases, but that is just an expanded retracement to what we saw back in 2020. So you can just imagine if this is a blown up version of this, what the highs are going to look like, guys, this coming cycle, and how high the market cap could go. On top of which, we've got some more positive news here. Franklin Templeton is considering a new altcoin-focused crypto fund. So you think institutions are doing this if they didn't think crypto was going to rally? Franklin Templeton, the $1.6 trillion U.S. Silicon Valley asset manager, is considering a new crypto-focused investment fund. The information was reported on Thursday. The investment vehicle would be structured as a private fund targeting institutional investors and invest in cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. The asset manager is also thinking about passing staking rewards onto the fund's investors, according to the report. So I guess similar to dividends. Franklin Templeton is one of the several traditional financial heavyweights venturing into the digital asset industry to offer crypto and tokenized asset investments to their clients. They started with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and now it looks as though they opened a tokenized U.S. government bond fund using the Stellar XLM network in 2021, years before BlackRock did. So guys, more here just to suggest where we're moving with cryptocurrency in the long run, where institutions' minds are at. XRP Crypto Wolf also bringing this to our attention. Ripple CTO David Schwarz revealed insights on XRP and BTC holdings. So when he asked the big guys, are you bullish, are you bearish? Well, here's what David Schwarz had to say. In a recent and somewhat unexpected Bitcoin-related post, Ripple CTO David Schwarz clarified his thoughts regarding crypto holdings and his selling strategies. Schwarz shared an approach from his personal Bitcoin holdings, shedding light on the behavior of Bitcoin's early investors, particularly those from the early days of crypto's rise. And he said, when I was long Bitcoin, I sold when I needed anything to pay taxes, to buy a new computer, and so on. Guys, remember, this is when Bitcoin price wasn't as high as it is today. During Bitcoin's first significant bull run, many companies began accepting it as payment, with Schwarz highlighting a trend by early miners and buyers of liquidating their holdings for real-world expenses. More and more companies were taking Bitcoin during the first big bull run, precisely because this was what everyone long, early miners and buyers, were doing, Schwarz noted. So, even though it sounds counterintuitive, and even though he was selling his Bitcoin to purchase goods, he still considers himself long Bitcoin. Stirring up the discourse, Schwarz has previously posed a thought-provoking scenario involving two hypothetical Bitcoin holders. And so he gave the example of Alice and Bill. I don't know if you guys remember David posting that a few weeks ago. He says here, when you finish selling, yes, but the whole time you are slowly both acquiring and selling, you are long. So ultimately, you're long. If you're buying Bitcoin, even if you're selling small portions of it, you're long. If you're constantly buying, you're long. Even if you're selling a little bit. I think the point when you're no longer long is when you've decided to liquidate all your cryptocurrency positions, so all your Bitcoin, then you are not long anymore. At that point, you cease to be long. So this question sparked a long discussion thread on X. Do you remember when David Schwarz too elaborated on his XRP holdings? It was here in late April, Ripple CTO, and speculation on his XRP holdings. At that time, what did he say here? Schwarz revealed that at the peak of his holdings, he possessed approximately 26 million XRP, and that contrary to rumors, he has never sold XRP to buy other cryptocurrencies except possibly selling small amounts of XRP for some unusual purposes. So David Schwarz keeping his XRP, I think that says something too. Even if XRP did not surpass its all-time high in the last run, I think that even surprised the executives over there at Ripple. I think they thought, well, Brad even came out and said, he was surprised after the ruling that XRP hasn't performed better. I think since we're still in a spec market, there is still quite a bit that has to play out before we do see those realized gains. And, the fact that David Schwarz has even said that he's bullish long on XRP and that he has never sold XRP to buy any other cryptocurrencies, I think that does speak volumes. Now, Forbes has also come out, guys, and here's what they're saying about the presidential debate. Ian Binns posted this. A leak reveals crypto is braced for a huge Biden flip ahead of the Trump debate that could trigger a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP price earthquake. So this could be big, guys. I'm just going to scroll down here. The upcoming U.S. presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump with the new format and stricter rules to ensure more structured discussion is unlikely to have a significant impact on the Bitcoin price, but could on the broader cryptocurrency market. Coming from an analyst here, both Trump and Biden have well-documented stances on cryptocurrency and financial regulations. The market has already factored in their positions, so any reiteration of these views during the debate is unlikely to introduce new volatility. While the debate might touch on regulatory frameworks that could impact cryptocurrencies, but the specifics of such regulations usually emerge from detailed policy announcements and legislative processes rather than debate sound bites. So they're saying, we might see some cryptocurrencies move just depending, but overall, it's not going to have too much of an impact. Trump has leaned into Bitcoin, as you guys know, and crypto in recent weeks after making millions from a series of crypto-based digital trading card non-fungible tokens and putting him starkly at odds with Biden's administration's anti-crypto stance. So who knows, though? I mean, weirder things have happened. Trump being bullish on crypto is never a bad thing. But guys, we're entering July. And yes, historically, XRP has been very bullish during the month of July. I don't know if this is just a coincidence. We're heading into the debates. I guess maybe one of the bigger questions is, how does XRP fare in July compared to other altcoins? Well, guys, here are the statistics. The XRP community receives hope for bullish July as XRP price history is gaining momentum. The first month of summer is coming to an end, which means we can already look forward to July, especially considering how blood red June, and in particular the last few days, have been. There is nothing better than looking forward to the future. Okay, that's written weirdly, but whatever. There is indeed hope for at least popular cryptocurrency XRP. According to price history data provided by CryptoRank, July has been particularly bullish for XRP over the past 4 years. And I brought up the CryptoRank website here. A great little website here that I've just kind of discovered. Take a look at this, guys. XRP price analysis for all these years, starting from 2013. And take a look at July here. July, historically, over the last 4 years, has been bullish. So in 2020, we saw a 48.1% uptick for XRP, 2021, 6.91%, 2022 even, and that was the bear year, 14.6% uptick. In 2023, 47.6%. So 2023 was kind of like 2020 in a lot of ways. 2024, though, are we going to see more of an uptick, or are we going to see something similar to what we saw in 2021? I still think the lion's share of this XRP appreciation is still yet to come. So July is just around the corner, guys. If you aren't feeling too optimistic, just remember, price generally moves along with the news. So nothing to be worried about in a spec market, especially in a spec market. I guess I should put that emphasis on that, especially in a speculative market, no matter what kind of market it is. So overall, everything is looking positive. I think the most recent dump, though, was due to this specifically. Crypto Insight UK pointing this out. Mt. Gox news right at these lows. Or are we seeing these lows because of the Mt. Gox news? Notice regarding commencement of repayment in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So they are saying that repayment for the Mt. Gox saga is starting this July 2024. Of course, guys, crypto sentiment is going to be down if investors are assuming that Bitcoin is going to continue to bleed in the market as we see these repayments. But what we have to remember is the fundamentals are still holding up. The euphoria phase is upon us. Don't let this get you down. Take this opportunity to accumulate more cryptocurrencies. And I think today I'm going to repost at the top of the feed my top 5 cryptocurrencies at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.